Graphic, Belonging Matters production for talks that matter. Graphic, text. This video about housemates has been supported by a grant from the Knox City Council Community Development Fund. Graphic, text. Title, Homeshare, Fostering Home with Mike. talksthatmatter.net. Text, quote, a house is made of walls and beams. A home is built with love and dreams. Kate Costa, Mike's housemate.
I've lived with Mike for 2 years. Originally I was interested because I actually needed somewhere to live.
Vision, Mike collects the mail from the letterbox as Kate watches on. Text, graphic, Mike's story is an example of how people with intellectual disability can live in their own home.
The process was after seeing an ad, I was interested. I made a phone call, spoke to Teresa. I had an interview with Mike's mum and sister, and then dinner with the housemates, Mike and his other 2 housemates. And yeah, we agreed that I'd give it a go.
Vision of Mike preparing a meal in the kitchen with Kate in the background. Graphic, text. Housemates are a more natural and equal way for people supporting people with disabilities to live in their own home.
Some of the responsibilities as a housemate are to help Mike with cooking, with laundry, with making his lunch for the next day, and other jobs around the house.
Vision of Mike preparing a cup of tea with Kate's assistance. Graphic, text. People with a disability don't have to live together to get the support they need.
In return for being a housemate, I get to live in a lovely home. I receive an allowance, and I've met lots of wonderful people.
Vision, Kate with Fiona, Mike's sister, sharing a cup of tea. Graphic, text. Housemates come from all walks of life, ages and interests.
My relationship with Mike has developed over the years. We've become closer. We hang out, we go shopping, we go for walks sometimes, just like typical housemates.
Vision, Kate and Mike going for a walk in the neighbourhood. Graphic, text. It's important to spend time finding the right housemate match. For example, interest, personality, qualities.
There's lots of good things about living with Mike, but I didn't know much about disability before I moved in there. And so I think I know a little bit more about that now.
Vision, Kate assisting Mike with his weekly planner.
Can we put you and Aidan down at the beginning? Is that okay if we put that there? Cooking. Gosh, you've got a pretty full day, mate.
Rosie and Kelvin Reid, Mike's parents.
Mike's lived in his own home now for 3.5 years, and the catalyst predominantly to move was that he was wanting to be out of the family home. His brother and sister had moved.
Vision, Mike frying hamburgers whilst Kate looks on. Graphic, text. Housemates might receive free rent in return for support or an allowance.
We chose this housemate model for Mike, the present housemate model. Previously we had a group home situation which we're extremely disappointed with. And with the current model, it's worked out extremely well. We're very happy, Mike's happy, and we'd recommend it.
Rosie, graphic. 3 separate photos of Mike with his housemates.
Mike lives with 3 housemates. We think it's a good number because it shares responsibility and also it reflects the family home.
Vision, Mike is cooking in the kitchen whilst Kate and Fiona look on. Graphic, text. Everyone has different support needs, so the type and amount of support will vary according to a person's needs.
The qualities that we look for in a housemate is a person who is very genuine, has compassion, and this person would also need to blend in with the other housemates, which is extremely important.
Vision, Mike closes the blind in the dining room. Graphic, text. The role of a housemate is not only to provide support, but create a good home life together.
When we're looking for new housemates, we go through our own networks, go to online platforms, and then we put general checks in place, like police check, interview, and references.
Vision, Mike shares a cup of tea with Kate and Fiona in the backyard. Graphic, text. Having the support of one or more housemates means that it is possible for people with complex needs to live in their own home. Rosie and Kelvin. Vision, montage of Mike hanging out the washing, setting the table and making a cup of tea.
Some of the benefits that Mike has of living with housemates is that the inclusiveness of the situation, and also he has taken more ownership of his life.
Also, the role models are wonderful, and he's growing and learning more all the time.
Vision, Mike with Kate and Fiona sharing a cup of tea in the backyard. Graphic, text. There are benefits for both parties. For example, more relationships and an affordable way of living.
We trust the housemates and they have a very good relationship with Mike, and we only have interaction when it's necessary or when they call.
Fiona, Mike's sister.
Mike's Homeshare arrangement is fantastic. It's been a dream for so long and now it's a reality. Mike's living here in his own home with 3 other people, and through that he's met new friends, he's got new interests, some controversial, liking both Collingwood and Hawthorn now, but it's such a wonderful option compared to previously trying to live in a supported house with strangers and staff that would change randomly and have behaviours that were not very nice. So it's a great option.
Kate.
My advice to someone considering becoming a housemate is, if you want to make a difference to someone's life, this is a really good way to do it. Go for it.
Fiona.
Since Mike's been living in his own home, he's grown so much. He's with his communication, his everyday living skills, and by moving out, he's given my parents more time to themselves.
Rosie and Kelvin.
Yes, I would definitely recommend this housemate model to other families. It's a way of creating reassurance and comfort for us, but also gives Michael security and safety, and he's learning lots of new life experiences.
This is by far the best model.
Text. Thank you. Mike Reid, Rosie Reid, Kelvin Reid, Fiona Reid, Kate Costa, Kirsten Ferguson, Mark Luke. Text. Graphic. A Belonging Matters In Any Weather Productions production. Text. Graphic. To watch more videos from Belonging Matters, please visit the Talks That Matter website, www.talksthatmatter.net. If you would like to sponsor a digital story, please visit us at www.belongingmatters.org. Belonging Matters is a not-for-profit organisation. All donations are tax deductible and contribute to the further development of Talks That Matter.